process of spraying my intercooler black so no one can see it. Because I think it was that last meet we took this to. Some dude spotted it and he was asking if it was turboed. But other than the intercooler showing, there's really no way to tell.
Giving no fucks, just spraying it right through the bumper.
Yeah.
We ain't got time to pull that off. You really can't see it.
No, from a distance it looks just like this. That's the only thing you can see.
Intercooler's gone, completely sleeper.
So besides the fact that it's loud as fuck.
The only thing that could give it away is how loud it is and possibly the hood pins.
And the smell of E85.
Yeah, and the smell, but no one's gonna notice that unless they're like right next to it.
And then I had to get a longer axle because this kept popping out, and it finally.
Yeah, we popped it out driving around and it got fucked up.
Yeah.
Then Brent had an extra one over at PFI and we just kind of stole it from him.
Yeah, these wagon ones, they're shorter, but they're a lot thicker. Than, I don't know. You can probably see it if there's a light.
Yeah, they are way thicker. I don't know why.
But they're about. This is just off some random D series. But it's it was like about an inch longer, so just enough to keep it from popping back out. And I drove it and it's fine.
Yep, now we can crank it all the way out of the driveway and it won't pop out on us.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime.
It's because of the motor mounts. The motor mounts are really loose. That's the main reason.
But, yeah, I'll probably have to get solid or semi-solid motor mounts soon. But for now, the hinges are holding up. It still doesn't move, just side to side, but not front and back anymore. There's a little better view with the hood back down and the license plate on. You really cannot see the intercooler. Yeah.
Look, your freaking pile of distributors over here trying to figure out what's causing the sputter.
Yeah, I probably need a new distributor too, because these are all used and I couldn't tell what was good and what was not. But it's still sputtering.
You can just clearly see my intercooler showing right through there. I mean, even on mine, it's still kind of hard to tell what that is, but if you really look, you can see it. On Charlie's, it's gone now. Like, it's completely sleeper.
You'd have no clue.
Like, no idea.
Can't tell that between, even if you did see it, you'd think it's like the AC condenser, because that's where they are.
Yeah, cannot tell at all. So we just got the coolant drained out of my Wago. We're getting ready to pull the motor out since I have decided that we're just gonna go ahead and build it. So I'm not gonna spend all this time and effort on it, just putting it back to stock, because it kind of seems like a waste to me when I can just spend another few $100 and put some internals in there. I will be doing rods and pistons, new bearings, and a clutch for right now. So that's what we're gonna do. So it'll just be easier to go ahead and pull the whole motor out and get all that done to it. I'm gonna go ahead and start disconnecting all the motor mounts, unplugging everything, get the turbo off, and then hopefully get it out of there tonight. So we started on it kind of late. It's like 7 something right now, but we'll get it done tonight. At least get it out of there. Okay, so we already went ahead and took the battery out just for right now. They're working on getting the bumper off just so it's easier to get to the intercooler and stuff, because we need to disconnect all the intercooler piping, get the turbo off of there, and I'm gonna go ahead and start unplugging shit from up top. So yeah. Alright, so we got the turbo off of there, we got the battery tray and all that shit out, got the valve cover off. Right now we're taking the head off because I am going to replace the head with a VTEC one. So right now we're getting that off, and then once we get the head off, we'll pull more hoses out of the way, get the wiring harness out of the way, and then pull the bolts out of the motor mounts and pull it out. It should be good. And I just got to lower the car back down, but everything's pretty much out of there. Alright, so we got the head loose, just going to pull it off. There's some plugs on the back that we kind of forgot about, but we got it.
Nope, you
forgot about one more.
It's just hold it right there.
It's got a clip.
Where?
Okay. Wanna get it?
Where? I don't see
right in here.
Oh, the hose.
Who's fucking break is that? California?
There you go. Tipped it so hard. Come on, come on.
That was Kyle's.
now. Oh my gosh.
The head clearly had anal seepage problems. Just leaked
All over.
Oh my god.
We still can.
Smells
Once
awful.
we get the money, I'm just gonna have some dudes.
Smells like ass.
It's just online
What?
what I found.
Your anal seepage? Thanks. You look so homeless.
Yeah, I know. I took a Snapchat and I literally look like a homeless guy. Sleeves look good at least though.
I've never seen it.
This one has a little,
Yeah, this one's scratched.
not bad though.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna wash my hands.
Just run a ball home through them and they'll be good.
Loose is my ex-wife.
Look at that. So everything's detached except for one axle and it's ready to pull.
Walker won't come out. Yeah, then we just gotta get those two mounts off and she's out. Once I get this axle out, but it's
Can we
being a
drop
bitch.
it like we did to Charlie's or no?
Like
Drop it.
Like drop the mic just right on the ground and get it out.
yeah,
Dude,
I'm gonna try to not do
It'd be
that.
a lot easier.
Tranny's already fucked, bud.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Oh yeah, just need to get this axle out and we'll be good.
Alright, next time we're chaining the motor to a tree.
Just yanking it.
Yank
Dude,
it.
we should do. I want to do a car like that. Yeah, I want to rip the motor out. Okay, so got the axles out and got the motor just took to a chain right now. We just used some bolts into some of the factory locations. So got that on there. We just got the one right there and then one on the back over there by the tranny. And then Charlie just went ahead and took off my little support that goes off right here so I don't have to lift the motor as high. We can just pull it out through the front now. Yeah, we can just turn it and go right out. So we just got to take the bolt out on this mount and on that mount and she should be good to go. Just got the motor pulled out. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and pull the bolts off on the tranny so we can get an engine stand in here. We have to go grab it out of the shed, but get an engine stand in here and put it on that. So, oh yeah, I never got that all the way tight. The mount's always been loose. But yeah, we'll get it up on the stand and probably call it for tonight because I don't have any of the parts yet, but at least it's out. So now, whenever I feel like it, I can start cleaning some shit up because it's really dirty in there. So Wago needs a good cleaning on the engine bay. So we just set the motor on the ground actually for right now. We went in the shed real quick and we forgot that we had the other Z6, the D16 Z6 that we got. It's on the engine stand right now and we're kind of too lazy to go pull it off. So we'll probably just do that tomorrow or something. So we're just gonna call it good for tonight. So we got the motor out and now I'm gonna start by cleaning some shit out. I mean, we're done for tonight, but I'm gonna start doing that like tomorrow or something. Get all this fucking gunk off there. It's like just black and the whole block is just nasty. So at least I can start cleaning it, go get some brake cleaner or something. And yeah, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, I didn't show you guys, but if any of you who watched my early videos when I first boosted this thing and I made this mount right here, this went to the tranny. And when I did it, I had the jack right here and I had the car jacked all the way up with no jack stands. And the whole weight of the car was just on this little bar right here. And when I made this mount, the body had like flexed a bit since just like since I was jacking it up from right here. And what I should have done is I should have put the mount on like when the car was on the ground how it would normally sit. But because I did that, the mount where it bolted to the tranny, I had it go into the tranny right here, it had a lot of pressure on it. And I'm pretty sure the tranny isn't designed to hold any kind of engine torque anyway, like especially on that front casting right there, because I'm sure it's pretty weak. And with all that weight on there, when in that video I did the burnout in, it broke a chunk off the tranny right there. So I actually have the piece over here. The hole in the tranny is like on the floor, so I can't really show you where the hole is, but you can see how big the piece is. So that came off my transmission right there. This is the mount I made. So that kind of sucks. So what I should have done was made this mount when the car was on the ground, and I know it would have been fine if I did it that way, but it had so much pressure on it, and I know it had a lot of pressure on it because when I let the car down one day and I took this mount off and I tried to put it back on and it was off like an inch like that. And like no matter how hard I pushed on it or anything, there's no way I could get it back on my own, and I had to jack the car up, and then they slowly lined up as I jacked the car up. So I bet there's a lot of pressure on that thing. And what I'm gonna try to do is see if someone sells solid motor mounts for this thing, or at least better motor mounts than stock, like some pretty packed urethane ones or whatever. But the only problem is I just don't know if anyone makes them because it's the wagon, the four-wheel drive wagon. I'm not sure if it's a different type of mount, but I bet these two side mounts are pretty similar. I'm just not sure about that back one because the tranny is different. But I need to see about getting some solid motor mounts. And if any of you guys who have a four-wheel drive wagon happen to know about some solid motor mounts that we'll just swap right in, let me know, because that would be nice. Because then if I have the solid motor mounts, just those 3 mounts should be plenty, and I shouldn't even need this at all. So that would be the goal, because pretty much I had it in the only place I could run it. Anywhere else had intercooler piping in the way. So I'm kind of pissed about that. That kind of sucked, but just got to learn from your mistakes, I guess. And an update on the MR2, because I know a lot of you guys want to see this thing going. Right now the motor's just in there, almost in place. It's just kind of on jack stands right now. That little piece of wood right there is keeping it from falling off the jack stands. But it's pretty close to where it needs to be. And I've actually been talking to Hux Racing because they do make just the direct swap-in mounts for this thing. And I was talking to them, and there's a chance they could give me some sort of discount or hookup on the mounts for it if I like kind of feature their products and, you know, like wear their shirts or whatever. So I've been talking to them about that. I'm just not sure how they feel about it. They said they're interested. So I'm kind of waiting to make the mounts until I get like a for sure reply from them, because that would be really nice, because making the mounts on this thing is definitely going to take some time, because I have to make sure the engine's good front to back, side to side, up and down, and the twist on it. And they have it all figured out already. So that would be really sick. And the mounts are $450 from their site, which, I mean, for this swap, since they're a monopoly, they're the only ones that I know that have the K20 mount kit into a SW20 MR2. They do, like, Innovative makes mounts for the 3rd generation, the MK3 or whatever, but I'm pretty sure Hux Racing has the only mounts you can get for K20 or K24 into the 2nd generation MR2 chassis. So I didn't really feel like paying $400, but if I could get some sort of deal, that would be sick. So I do want to wait and see what they say about that, because that would be really cool of them if I could do that. And I would definitely shout them out a lot and try to give them the love they need. But we'll see. But yeah, just gonna call it for tonight. Got the motor out, so I do have parts on the way. I still need to order the clutch. The clutch is not on its way yet, but I do have rods and pistons and bearings coming for it. I got the Z6 head in the shed, and I'm probably gonna do new valve seals. I will do new valve seals on that, and just do some other stuff, but mainly want to get it cleaned up. May relocate the battery and just try to make Wago a little cleaner. But this is the first time, I'm pretty sure this is the first time this motor has ever been out of the car, because everything was like freaking on there tight. So you can see this old head gasket is like melted on there. So I'm gonna have to scrape that guy off, get all new gaskets for it. Ever since I bought Wago, it leaked, so hopefully can take care of the oil leaks. I don't want any more leaking cars, because that's annoying as shit. So we'll see, but that's good enough for today. And yeah, stay tuned.